Hello everyone. So today, I'm going to talk about S3 as a data store. So basically, what we can do, our DAM we can back with S3, so that the data can be stored in the S3 bucket. Okay. So how can we configure it in AEM? I will just explain. So there are few steps that we have to follow. We are going to create a new S3 bucket in Amazon Web Service in AWS environment. Then we will update few of the EM configuration. We will unpack the jar. We will download this S3 connector, and then we will follow. We need to copy paste some of the configurations from the S3 connector to AEM, and then few configurations changes again, and then we will run the jar. Okay, so let's start it. So the very first thing is I'm on AWS Management Console, and what we have to do, we have to go to S3 service. Now there are ways. If you have recently used it, you can just click on that S3. Otherwise we can search from this global search as well. Just click on S3. Though S3 is a global service, but maybe you want to change any of the region, and then you want to create the bucket. But yeah, bucket name should be unique, irrespective of in which region you are going to create. It should be unique in nature. So I will just create a new bucket. I will name it I will copy it for future reference so that I can remember it. Okay, the region I'm choosing Asia West Mumbai region. This is fine. I don't need any versioning, tags, etc. I don't need default encryption. I don't need. I'll just create the bucket. So I have created the bucket. Okay, where is this one? Then here, now it's here. Okay, basically there are two ways we can use S3. We can configure S3 as a data store. One way is I will use the access key and secret key. Another way is I can configure IAM user. For this demo I'm using the normal way, as in using access key. So basically, how can we create an access key? I'll just tell. So we'll just go to this identity access management, IAM, and we can create a new policy. Policy is nothing but what are the permissions we are going to give a particular user. So we will create a user, we will create a policy, and we will assign those policy to that user. Okay, so I will just click on the policies. I will create a new policy. Click on create policy. Okay, and then there are two options. One is the visual editor, another one is the JSON, in which we can through JSON we can write the policy. Visual editor is a bit easier way. We just need to select the service, so we can just search S3 over here, select this, click on the S3, and you will see list of access levels. So just for this demo I'm selecting everything, so I will have every access to the S3 environment, S3 service. Then to which resource we need this, for which resources, right? I will just add basically to bucket as well as to the object. Means I need access to bucket as well as the object inside that bucket. So I click on the add ARN and the bucket what we have just created. Okay, so just copy paste that bucket name and click on add bucket. It's done, it's showing here. Same thing we should do for object. Click on that, give the bucket name. Okay, and then object name means inside bucket for which object you want to achieve it. So I want for every object inside that bucket. So you can click either here or just put a star over here. Click on add, everything is good. Click on review policy. Okay, just give it a name. Maybe what I will do, I will just put the same thing, and then I will add policy over here. Give some description. I'll just Just review if everything is fine and then click on create policy. Okay, after you create the policy, we will create a user and we will assign this policy to that user. Okay, so because this user's access key only we are going to use while we configure the S3 as a data store. So click on users. Okay, click on add user. Maybe we'll just use the same. So this is the username I'm going to use, and access type will be either you want to give AWS management console access, means this UI, or you want to programmatically access this user. So of course for this purpose we need programmatic access, so select this checkbox, click next, and then here for setting up permissions we have like 1 and 2 and 3 options. So for example, attach existing policy is nothing but we can search the one which we have just created, we can attach it. Okay, there is also option I can just assign it to admin group, that's not needed. We can as we just need for S3 access, right? So what we will do, we'll just select here, but there is a catch. In my next video what I am going to explain how can we use S3 ingester tool. Basically if we have bulk data already available in an S3 environment, how can we import it to in our AEM DAM. So there we need more access to this S3 bucket. So what we can do just for time being, ideally we should do that if we just want to set up S3 as a data store, but I am just selecting admin so that I will have admin privileges. I am clicking next. Okay, I don't need any tags for this one. Okay, and then everything looks good. I will just create this user. Okay, so here we will find this basically access key and secret key. This is very confidential, never ever share it with anyone, since you guys can see it right now, at least the access key ID. So right after this demo I'm going to delete this. We can also download this CSV, the same thing whatever we can see here, which is the secret access key is hidden right now, it's available in CSV file. So I will just download it. Okay, everything looks, because this is one time only, next time you cannot see it, so just to take a note of it, maybe you can save the CSV file. Let me just close it. So now we have created a policy, we have created a user, and the user is having access to that policy as well. So I have given admin privileges only to this user. Okay, now what we have to do next, we have our jar file. So this is our jar file. First we have to unpack it. So how can we unpack it? Open the command prompt and then run this command java -jar, the file name. Okay, and then space -unpack. So it will just unpack the, basically the folder will be out, it will just unpack. Okay, now see, we have this CRX quick start folder, it's fine. So if you see this, what is next, we have to download the latest S3 connector. So I have already opened a URL. So this is the URL, and what we have to do, here you will find a Adobe repository. Just open this Adobe repository and download the latest one. So for this demo I will use this 1.10.0 S3 connector. This is mandatory for S3 data as a data store, as well as the next video what I'm going to cover, which is how can we use S3 asset ingester utility. For that as well we need this tool, basically this bundle, basically because AWS SDK is available inside it. Okay, we'll just download it, and I will download this zip one. Let me pause the video once the download is complete. Okay, so the download is complete. I have just put it in my local file system. Now I will extract it. Okay, now what we have to do, you just have to go inside GCR root libs system, and there we will see this install folder. Just copy it and then go to the your CRX quick start what we have just unpacked. Okay, inside CRX quick start, just paste it. Again go back, click on configurations, and basically two configurations we are interested in. One is the S3 data store configuration, and another one is the segment node one. Copy both of them and then inside install just paste it. Now what we have to do, we have to do some modifications in this file. Just open it in Notepad. Yeah, so here we need that access key etc. what we had just created, S3 bucket and S3 region as well. So how can we get this information? I will just tell you. So for access key and secret key, I have downloaded that CSV file. I'm going to copy paste that information from my CSV file. But yeah, as in I will just tell how can we get the region basically on which we have created this new bucket. So this is my new bucket, and actually I can do like this. Okay, so this is my new bucket, and if you see in the URL itself we have the region as well. Just copy this region. So this is my S3 region, and my S3 bucket name is this. Okay, secret key and access key I'm going to put from my CSV file. So I will just pause the video to put that information and then I will resume. Okay, so this is all configuration what we have to do, and right after this we just need to run this command, which is java -jar, the jar file name, and we need to specify the run mode, which is nothing but the crx3tar -no fds. Okay, and then also we can monitor if everything is going good. What we can do inside crx quick start folder, if we go to crx quick start folder, we can check logs like everything is going good. Okay, let's just run this command. It will ask for the password. I'm just providing the password. Just re-enter the password again. So it will take time, but meanwhile what we can do inside crx quick start, there will be a folder called repository. It will be created. Just click on that, and inside there will be another repository folder, and then data store. Basically inside upload you will find multiple folders available. What will happen once this upload is complete, right, everything is moved to S3, this folder will become empty, means everything is uploaded to S3. Meanwhile we can also go to S3 and let's see like if some data is going to S3 bucket or not. I will just refresh it. So we can see now the data is coming up here. Usually it takes time, but once this is up, this is finished, your environment should be up and your setup is complete. In my next video, what I'm going to cover, I will cover the S3 asset ingester utility. We'll see how can we import bulk data from using ACS EM Commons utility. How can we upload it to DAM? That's it in this video. Thank you so much for watching.